So Mr. Beast finally responded. He took his sweet time to do so as well, but I understand. You have a literal empire on your back. You want to be very careful while addressing this type of situation. But me personally, I would have just came out and said, it is what it is. This guy was my friend. I thought I was doing the right thing by defending him. I should have looked at him a lot more closely and see him or call him out for what he really was, right? I'm pretty sure Mr. Beast is going to deny ever knowing about him being in contact with these minors, but a lot of people are saying that's not the case, including Jake the Viking. Jake is saying that, you know, Jimmy always knew, and until further proof comes out of him knowing about Chris specifically, grooming these minors or interacting inappropriately with these minors, we can't fully 100% blame Mr. Beast. And I know it sounds like I'm being biased or some type of bullshit like that, but no, you need proof when you're going after someone. The difference is Chris had so much proof against him and showcasing his actions. That's why it was a lot easier for him to basically get cancelled, you know. So it just is what it is. Anyway, let's get into what Mr. Beast said. So here's what he said. He said, over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. Here's the thing, at this point, it's not an allegation anymore. Straight up crimes. It's straight up crimes, man. He was grooming kids, and people are saying that he wasn't grooming these kids. But here's the thing, let me paint the scenario for you. A super famous influencer gets in contact with one of his fans and then starts telling them how special they are and you know how close he wants to be with them. Then he starts giving them jobs and opportunities and gifts. What the fuck else do you call that? That's grooming. There's nothing else to call it. And I really do understand the people who are saying it's not grooming. Those are the people who are just trying to defend Chris because he's trans. You know, that's all it is. That's all it really is. Either that or they're just really big fans of him. But most of the people I've seen saying he wasn't grooming or trying to downplay what he did, it's a lot of those types of people, you know. And it's as bad as it is. Oh my god, bro, speak English. It is as bad as we thought it was, or we know it to be, or it's as bad as we can see. We're not blind. It's common fucking sense. But anyway, let me continue with this statement. During that time, I've been forced on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. Most of the facts are online, and then most of the evidence is gone because Chris Tyson, your best friend that you grew up with, scrubbed his social medias. He scrubbed as much evidence as he possibly could. So I'm not sure if this third party is able to even recover any of the stuff that Chris deleted. So he says, that said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company. Yeah, I knew he would let him go. My channel and any associations with Mr. Beast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. The thing is, this is very straightforward, and we've seen Mr. Beast tweet enough times that we know this isn't fully him. He probably had a part to play in some of the stuff that he said here, maybe like in the beginning, maybe in the first part, but the rest of it sounds like, you know, legal speak. You know, it sounds like a lawyer is straight up just, you know, spitting onto this post here, you know. And As I said before, that's kind of fine by me. I don't really have a big problem with that. I really think that at the end of the day, he has an entire empire on his back and he doesn't want to lose everything he's built up. Imagine Mr. Beast losing everything he built, like the literal biggest YouTube channel ever, because his friend is into kids. You know, like, that's crazy. That is insane. Like, but I'm not hoping that happens. You know, I don't want that to happen to someone like Mr. Beast, because as I said in other videos, he has done way more good than bad. As far as the public knows, he has done way more good than bad. And I really have to say this, man. If Jimmy, I highly doubt he's ever going to see this, but Jimmy was an idiot for not letting go of Chris much sooner. You should have fucking kicked his ass to the curb a few years ago when he went viral for all of that racist shit he said, and for all of the crazy content he was into, right? And people was like saying this stuff about him for a long time. I get that he's your friend, I get that y'all were close, but at the end of the day, he should have been gone. He should have been gone. You know, but it is what it is. So anyway, that's the that's the situation. Let's see what some of these people are saying. I think most people are going to be supportive of Mr. Beast because most people see him as a really good guy. So this person said, Greg said, "You did what's best. Thanks, Mr. Beast. Now back to improving the world one video at a time." This person says this. Most people agree with that. I've seen this guy in one of my videos before. Kangmin Lee. He says, looks like he turned out to be your nightmare after all. Hello. This Kangmin guy, he likes rubbing salt in the wound. Oh man. Alright, so I remember this. This is when Mr. Beast was angry that people were calling out Chris. And then he even used the transphobia thing as some type of weapon. I didn't like that Mr. Beast, or Jimmy I should say, used this against people who were calling out his friend for the crazy things that, you know, that he was involved in. You know, in my opinion, most people are not transphobic because most people are not scared, are actually scared of trans people. Most people just don't want other individuals forcing their lifestyles onto them. I shouldn't be forced to call you mom or miss or she if you were born male. And if you're a trans, and I'm gonna say this clearly in the video too. If you are a trans individual, you should be proud to be just that, a trans individual. You shouldn't try to pretend to be female because you're not a biological female. You are a trans female. A trans female is someone who was born biologically male and they've transitioned to appear to be female. The only way for you to ever become female is if you were to change your genetic code, change every cell in your body, and then change your entire bone structure. That's literally the only way for you to become a real female. So be proud of who you are, which is just being a trans female, and stop this thing where you're trying to force and bully people into calling you whatever you want to be called. You know, the world doesn't work that way. The world and society we don't respond well to force. And you're seeing it more and more. More and more people are starting to straight up disagree with the whole cancel. You're canceling people. People should lose their jobs and lose their ability to show their faces in public because what? Because I didn't want to go along with your pronoun games, or I didn't want to identify you as something you weren't born as. Like, come on, that's not fair to anyone, you know. And I think a lot of these people, if they were really out to live a peaceful life or whatever, they will just be willing to, they will just accept who they are and not try to force people to accept them, you know. So anyway, I don't think I'm gonna go into this anymore. I'm pretty sure my video is going to get pushed down to the very bottom of the algorithm because I'm still a very small channel. But if you agree with what I had to say today, my honesty, if you like my honesty, go ahead, like and subscribe. I will appreciate that so much. It means a lot to me. It's going to help me to get much closer to my goals. And yeah, man, like, this Mr. Beast situation seems like it's wrapping up. I'm gonna say one more thing though. I think Chris Tyson got off way too fucking easy. Honestly. I think he got off way too easy. I think he should be facing some type of criminal charge because there's way too much proof, and on top of it, there's more people coming out and saying that he even had Discord servers where he would send bots to promote X-rated material to minors. You know, that is some crazy shit. You know, so yeah. Anyway, that's the last thing I have to say. I'm not gonna drag this out anymore. If you like the video or you like what I have to say, like the video, subscribe. And if you disagree, tell me what you disagree on. I'm gonna be open-minded today, okay? Alright, everyone else have a good rest of your day. Later.